Now, the rest of this video will be dedicated to making fun of him and slandering his name. Let's get into it. From as far back as I can remember, my dad has been a Bob the Builder, I can fix it type fella. And he always tried to make fun stuff for us while growing up. He made a train table for me, a half pipe for my brothers, a deck for our house, a multi-level treehouse with a zip line, and installed a rope swing to the tree out front. And in most cases, he's able to fix things that aren't working. Except his son's attention spans. Or his own. Nobody can. But this blessing can become a curse when something stumps him. I think fixing things is so integral to his essence that once he starts fixing, he can't stop.
Come on, you piece of crap! Gosh, the frick, dang it!
Dad, it's okay, just calm down.
I'm completely calm! I can see that.
I definitely inherited his hyperfixation trait. Who's to say if that's good or bad? At our old house, the screen on our porch door broke off, and Dixie got used to jumping through the empty door. Dad fixed the door and even made a special hole in the screen next to the door for Dixie to walk through instead of the door.
Yep, that's not going anywhere.
This is one of the only times I've seen my father just give up. He left the door without a screen after that. While at school, my house, my teacher, my mom, would give me writing assignments. One of these assignments requested that I write a sentence with at least 50 letters in it, but I decided that was too hard. So to make it easier on myself, I wrote this. Look, Mom, it has 50 letters, just like you said. Even then, I was such a creative problem solver, but for some reason, my mom called it cheating. My mom even sent me to this art class at this lady's house with my friends, and she gave us all kinds of fun projects like paper mache, watercolors, and collages, etc. I'm so glad I developed a love of art at such a young age, because art is such an amazingly fulfilling hobby, and I'm so lucky to be able to do it as a job. And now, I have an amazing superpower. I can imagine anything I want and make it real by drawing it, see? Hi, I'm Bryson, and today I'm finally gonna fulfill a promise I made 6 years ago.
Also, my eyes are kind of messed up. I'll talk about it in a future video, but anyways.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now, I know what you must be thinking.
Why did it take you 6 years to finally talk about this?
And to that I say, I don't know. Get off my case, dude. You're not my dad. Our story begins 23 years ago. My mom was pregnant, and she, my dad, and all my siblings were hoping for a girl, since she had had 2 boys in a row. Then, much to everyone's disappointment, she had another boy. Me. Little did they know, the disappointments were just getting started. Before I could even speak, my parents noticed some issues.
Why do his eyes look like that?
My left eye would drift. Sometimes I'd be wall-eyed, and sometimes I'd be cross-eyed. I think this baby is a dud. Send it back and get a new one. There's even a family photo of me wearing Mr. Potato Head glasses.
I think he's trying to tell us something.
In fact, there are a lot of goofy pictures of little me. Look at that. Not a thought behind those eyes. From as far back as I can remember, my dad has been a Bob the Builder, I can fix it type fella. And he always tried to make fun stuff for us while growing up. He made a train table for me, a half pipe for my brothers, a deck for our house, a multi-level treehouse with a zip line, and installed a rope swing to the tree out front. And in most cases, he's able to fix things that aren't working. Except his son's attention spans. Or his own. Nobody can. But this blessing can become a curse when something stumps him. I think fixing things is so integral to his essence that once he starts fixing, he can't stop.
Come on, you piece of crap! Gosh, the frick, dang it!
Dad, it's okay, just calm down.
I'm completely calm! I can see that.
Drawbacks of being a superhero. Super speed is cool, but can you imagine if you tripped or ran into a wall? Whoa! I like super speed, but it just seems like there would be a lot of unintended consequences. Like running through someone, a bug hitting your face at the speed of sound, dust getting in your eyes, and running so fast that your feet and legs get disintegrated. Or what if you had super strength and you accidentally punched so hard you destroyed the Earth? Oops. If superheroes were real, it would get all political and everyone would hate them. But like, what's a government of normal people gonna do against an unkillable god?
We hate you, Omni-Man.
Yeah!
My turn.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today I want to tell you about all the things I was obsessed with when I was a kid. Let's start with the first one. I was obsessed with trains as a kid, especially Thomas the Tank Engine. Wow, Bryson, trains are stupid. Why don't you play with action figures or something?
Winston and Bo have a love-hate sibling-esque relationship. Winston clearly doesn't understand how easily Bo could destroy him because he mouths off to Bo and attacks him all the time. I mean, look. Buddy, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself because I promise you it would take less than 10% of his power to evict you from this plane of existence. Of course I love Winston, but he could definitely benefit from an attitude check. Also, wiener dogs in general are just funny looking. Dogs were never supposed to look like this, but humans were like, hey look, through selective breeding we can turn this noble creature into a cartoon character. I wanted to win something for once. I just hadn't found the right game yet. Mario Kart. I don't consider myself to be a very competitive person, but as you've seen here today, video games are the exception, especially Mario Kart. Fortunately, my spirit of competition is well placed because I'm amazing at Mario Kart and you can't beat me. But I wasn't always this way. It all started, of course, with Mario Kart DS. My brothers and I would race each other for dominance, but I didn't understand the drift mechanic, so I would just kind of turn and throw bananas, and I could never beat my brothers. When they finally did show me how to drift, it took a lot of getting used to. You have to wiggle the D-pad back and forth in order to build up a charge that boosts you forward, and it was really hard for me to manage that while controlling the trajectory of my turns at such a young age. Clearly, I had much to learn. That being said, this was the first time that becoming better than my brothers at something didn't seem impossibly out of reach. I wanted to win at something for once, and I could feel the potential within myself. I wanted to be player one, so I hunkered down and continued my training arc. Wait, I'm first! I'm gonna win! Eventually, we graduated from Mario Kart DS to Mario Kart Wii. This was the one that I've played the least because, as we already established, I don't understand motion controls. Also, apparently using a bike is the only viable option because doing a wheelie is just free acceleration, so that's pretty dumb. It didn't help me develop my skills at all, but it definitely added some great tracks, and using the plastic Wiimote was real fun as a kid. Look, Mom, I'm driving!
He's never getting his license.
Then I entered a training grounds worthy of my potential. Mario Kart 7. They added kart customization, underwater sections, gliders, and a bunch of amazing courses. And a much better drifting system. This was definitely the best Mario Kart at the time. I learned the strategies, I learned the shortcuts, and I began to step into my power. I started to be a much bigger challenge for my brothers, and Brody and Braden could feel the reign of terror slipping away as I won more and more.
The Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
My dad and I aren't just similar in our hyperfixation and fun fact spewing. Apparently, we also look alike. One time, we were on a plane. I was on the aisle seat and my dad was directly across from me. The flight attendant was walking by and stopped dead in her tracks, looking back and forth between us. Are you father and son? You look exactly alike. You should enter a father-son look-alike contest. Ugh, what? That ugly mug? Say psych right now. Please, say it ain't so. And apparently we sound alike too? Personally, I don't hear it, but to each their own.
Look here, buddy. Follow the pen. Yep, just like that. Okay, all done. Have a lollipop. Yeah, his left eye's looking a little lazy. There's a few things we can do to try and fix it. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to fix his critically low IQ, though.
They tried putting a patch over my good eye so that the left one would pick up the slack, and they tried prescription glasses with a stronger lens on the left side. Neither worked very well. Plus, I didn't like wearing them because I'm not a nerd.
Welcome back to Top 10 Things That Aren't True. Number 1, Bryson claiming to not be a nerd. Number 2, me claiming that I'm fine. I'm not.
Plus, the eye patch temporarily turned me into a pirate, so they decided to try eye surgery instead. As you might expect, I have no idea how this surgery works, but here's my interpretation.
Here you go.
My eye was good as new. Or was it? Spending more time at home definitely helped develop my creativity. I was an imaginative kid by nature, but having art supplies, books, and toys while having access to a big backyard definitely nurtured my imagination. I seriously used to go outside and just vividly hallucinate that I was on a magical adventure. And when my friends came over to play, we would get on the trampoline and one of them would say, "Pretend the trampoline is a spaceship and that we're astronauts." And so far as I was concerned, it was real.
Alright,
Cadets, today we're gonna be doing hyperspace training. Be sure to follow all protocols before charting a course. Cadet Josh, take the wheel. Okay, I'll take us to the stuffed animal galaxy. Boop. You fool! We can't get to the stuffed animal galaxy directly. We'll have to make a detour in the petting zoo galaxy to avoid the cookie crumb asteroid belt. If we go straight there, the asteroids will destroy the ship. The controls are jammed. I can't turn it off. We're gonna crash. Everyone, get to an escape pod. The escape pods are locked. It's too late. You fool! You killed us all! No!
Kids, you okay?
Can't you see that the spaceship exploded and we're dead now, Mom?
Oh, that's nice.
We were visiting my mom and he was walking on the hardwood at a normal speed and then he slipped and fell over and started yelping. It was a freak accident and I have no idea how the slide did 0 damage and a little slip did 100 damage. Seeing my special boy have to limp around makes me so sad. Now he needs surgery to fix his leg, so I'll let you know how that goes. I will do everything in my power to help him recover. Although it is funny that despite his injury, he still steals my trash and my butter. Nothing can stop him. And because of my wonky eye, my depth perception isn't great, and you guessed it, that means I'm terrible at sports. Honestly, I'd probably suck at sports even with perfect eyes because of my bad reflexes, but it's nice to have something to blame. I'm seriously scared to play basketball because I feel like there's a 50% chance that I'll get crossed up so bad that I break both my ankles and then get my nose broken by the ball. My physical form ain't built for that. My physical form is good enough to draw silly little pictures though. An icy hot galaxy where you skate around and fight a lava octopus? No problem. A haunted mansion galaxy where you save Luigi? Light work. A galaxy made of toys where you run across twisting platforms shaped like Mario? Child's play.
Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction.
Okay, it's not a little kick. Oh!
All my nightmares had materialized. It was an even harder version of the previous one. Skipping ahead through 2 hours of pain and agony, and I finally beat it. Yahoo!
Welcome to Hogwarts, students. A magical school that is totally safe all the time.
Ooh.
Mr. Bryson, no flying in the Great Hall.
Don't worry, I can control this broom perfectly fine.
But my imagination did not stop there. I used to grab a bowl from the kitchen, go outside, gather an assortment of nature's finest materials into a bowl. Grass, leaves, herbs, berries, you name it. And I would pretend I was brewing a magical potion. Mom, drink this. It'll turn you into a giraffe.
No thanks. I'll just stick with my sandwich.
Fine, I'll drink it.
Bryson, don't!
Wow, it really worked. Some people have noticed my lazy eye before because it wanders when I zone out. And being the goofy little airhead that I am, I zone out a lot. My eyes unfocus and I begin to imagine whatever my silly brain can come up with. A shark with legs, a button that magically kills every mosquito, a Lego spaceship, food I want to eat, and sometimes I think about absolutely nothing at all. Then I zone back into reality only to realize that I've been staring intensely into a stranger's eyes and making them very uncomfortable. Or potentially making them fall in love with me as they get lost in my dreamy blue eyes that look like the sea after a storm. That's never happened before, but a guy can dream. Woo! Yeah!
What's his deal?
We don't know. We just try to avoid him. He's a homeschooled kid. Oh. This guy literally body shamed me into getting braces again by comparing me to a cartoon character. But I am a cartoon character, so why am I even wearing these? I can just draw myself with perfect teeth. And to correct my Bart Simpson lip, I had to not only get another palate expander, but also rubber bands to pull my lower jaw forward.
So, how was your week, bud?
I hate little